Live and alert on the north side of the dirt. It is your man D-Real coming at you with another Be Real with D-Real, where edutainment is what I do. And today, I mean, the week's been tense, everything's been tense, and kicking off a Friday with Roe versus Wade being overturned. I thought I would kind of lean towards something else before leaning into that, if I lean into it at all. I know everybody's minds is all caught up in that, but I just want to take you away from that for a second and do something positive. And before I do that, I want y'all to do, or I need y'all to do, and could you please do what you always do for me? Comment, like, subscribe, and share the Be Real with D-Real page so that when new alerts come out, you get some. Like this right here. If you're digging what a brother's shoveling, put some dirt in my bucket. Comment, like, subscribe, and share to the page. It's how we grow, and I'm growing something. Question. If you, not me, if you had to pick 4 superheroes that you would put on your superhero, for lack of a better term, let's call it Mount Rushmore, who would they be and why? Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now, if D-Real did a superhero Mount Rushmore, I can tell you right off the bat, about 75 to, I'm exaggerating, about 95 to 97% of the people out there would wholeheartedly disagree with my choices. Again, I say my choices, not yours, for a superhero Mount Rushmore. I thought about it for a little while. And I said to myself, who would I put? What I thought about was, before I decided to do this video, I said to myself, who are the typical 4 that are gonna pop up superhero Mount Rushmore? Superman. We already know that. Superman is the superhero. So why would you not have Superman on your list? And if you got Superman on your list, that pointy-eared king of plot devices cannot be far behind. Yeah, Batman. If for no other reason than Batman is DC Comics' best-selling, consistently selling character out of all other characters. You don't need no other reason other than that. That's enough reason for him to be on there. Consistently best-selling character, period, bar none. Okay, I would say the third person on the layman's superhero Mount Rushmore would be Spider-Man. Because Spider-Man is Marvel Comics' flagship character, the face of Marvel Comics, and literally the most relatable superhero in all of comics. And at one point was the prototypical teenage superhero. He's also the superhero that comics refuse to allow to grow up. He'll get into his 20s, but I ain't seen a 30-year-old Spider-Man storyline written yet. Fourth superhero to go on the layman's Mount Rushmore, I think because we're all into diversity and we're into inclusion, I would say Wonder Woman will hold down that 4th spot, just in general. Okay, I shall explain to you my rationale. T'Challa, Black Panther, period. Y'all already know. If you messing with me, you dealing with T'Challa on some wavelength, form, or fashion. There's gonna be some T'Challa included. Why? One of the most intelligent superheroes in comics. one of the best fighters in comics, one of the most ingenious characters in comics, has the baddest wife in comics, arguably. And he was the first ever Black superhero to hold down a monthly comic. What other reasons does he need to be on there? Okay, number 2 on my list is Blade. Blade, to come from mediocrity, D-list, F-list character to notoriety, that might be the doing of the writers. That might be the doing of, people in comics. But Blade slowly, even before Blade hit the screen, Blade was seeing an upward climb in, the Darkstalker series. And of course, the Blade movies, or at least that first Blade movie, changed how we looked at superhero movies. Was also the first successful R-rated superhero movie that did numbers, because Dolph Lundgren did a Punisher movie. Yeah. Okay. Now I got to explain my last 2 choices. Okay. Hercules. A lot of times we get into these conversations, we get into these arguments. Oh, it's Superman. It's Superman. If it wasn't for Superman. Okay. I ain't taking nothing from Superman. However, there would not be a Superman if there was not first a Hercules. Hercules is the character Superman is most patterned after. Okay, faster than a speeding bullet, able to leap tall buildings in a single bound, bend the course of mighty rivers. Who's the first superhero you know of to bend the course of mighty rivers? Clean the Aegean stables by diverting the course of a mighty river. Arguably, the concept of the hero in general is largely attributed to Hercules. We can talk about different versions, we can talk about whatever, but Hercules is Hercules is Hercules. His story does not change significantly over different mediums and different comic companies. Okay, Hercules, no matter what, is always the son of Zeus. Hercules, no matter what, has performed or will perform the 10 labors that eventually became 12 labors, just to see if he could do it. Hercules in Marvel Comics is the Hercules I put on my mountain simply because he's got that beard and he always seems to be happy or excited to get into a fight. I like that. If you're one of the strongest people on the planet, yeah, you should always be excited and happy to get into the fight, because maybe you have that one punch man mentality. Maybe I'll run into somebody who can actually give me a fight somewhere, and he's always ready to bestow the gift. Okay, he drinks, he parties, he has a good time. Hercules is my kind of dude. Hercules is my kind of superhero. Hercules deserves to be on this list. He smashed the She-Hulk. Well, a lot of people smash She-Hulk, but can we put that on Hercules' list of things that he's accomplished? Why not? I apologize in advance if that offends anyone. Anyway, last on the list, certainly not least, John Stewart, Green Lantern. I guess, yeah, y'all should have knew. Yeah, John Stewart, Green Lantern, by far, it deserves a place on superhero, at least my superhero Mount Rushmore. Why? In his debut, he steps to the original Green Lantern like with authority. I mean, even though I'm not experienced in this, I still got willpower, and I'm telling you, this is how I feel about this situation. And Green, Hal Jordan Green Lantern was on that tip of, I got to train you, but John Stewart, military experience. And then on top of that, streetwise, come on now. I don't need nothing from you. I need you show me how this ring work, and I take it from there. And eventually, John Stewart has some ups. John Stewart has some downs. He has some issues dealing with his hubris, and it cost the entire planet, their existence. But he learned from his experience, and he was humbled by it, and he became a better person, and he became a better Green Lantern. By far, and arguably, the most popular of the Green Lanterns, because when they did the Justice League series, who they picked to be the Green Lantern in the Justice League, and by far has been a fan favorite throughout the 2000s on both animated and comic versions. John Stewart he's that dude, man. I mean, what can I honestly say about John Stewart? I mean, his integrity, his respect, his honor, his ferocity with which he fights. Man, John Stewart has been featured television, technically in movies, Zack Snyder cut, Justice League, video games, and of course, in print. John Stewart is when we talk about Green Lanterns, you know what I'm saying? You can't talk about Green Lanterns. You can't talk about top 5 Green Lanterns without John Stewart being in the conversation. And if you do, something's wrong. John Stewart is by far one of the greatest Green Lanterns ever. There, I said it. That is D-Real's Mount Rushmore, superhero style. That's how I do it. Those are the ones that speak to me. Those are the ones that deserve, to be up there, at least in my eyes. Okay, that may not be your superhero Mount Rushmore. By the way, what your superhero Mount Rushmore? Drop it in the comments. And as always, I will be coming at you with another one of them other ones. And until I do, y'all be good. Be good to each other.